Coming at you with hot yoga hair. Look at her, she's crazy. Look at her hair. She looks like a crazy cat woman. But I wanted to add on to my recent video. I was pointing out that I'm not like anti-Trump. It's like satanic Christians. This is like killing in the name of Christ type shit. They're like pulling some Hitler moves already. If you read between the lines, I'm not trying to convince you, because there's like two sides of the story. There's two potential outcomes like to all of this, but the third thing that those two outcomes are creating is a genocide. World War III, a lot of cyber hacking, a lot of illegal stuff. God, there's so much that like came to me after I made the last video that was saying Trump admin is already doing some pretty Hitler moves. Probably would help if I turned my headlights on. All right, let's get it. On the road again. I go back and forth, back and forth. I just prefer the country. Got my coconut water, yay. Nice. A little hot yoga, a little coconut water. What the hell was I saying? I want to touch on the psychosomatic. What was the other thing I was going to say? I got mind wiped trying to entertain y'all. I certainly don't need the attention. Don't typically want it. But hey, if someone's gonna have it, might as well be me, you know? You know? We don't want no Sarah Rachel Adams out there with it. We don't want no Haley Myers of the world with it. So if people need someone to look towards, might as well be me. Not a Jenny Constantine, right? Not a Nancy Pelosi. Not a fucking Kamala Harris. None of those bitches. If y'all need someone to pay attention to, might as well be me. Well, no, it'll come to me. Trump admin, Hitler. What's up, Ryder? All this stuff is driving him. It was coming to me as I was going to yoga. But it's like I have this weird OCD right now where I want it in the order that I created it. But whatever, we're just going to flow with it. I mean, some people like don't want to survive the genocide, and like that's interesting. You know, it's like death isn't the worst thing to people. It's not the worst thing to me, of course, because I'm a believer. But people have this like fatality thing now that it's almost like society is dangerous as it is because people have no will to live, like as it is, like for the most part, you know, like they're clotting around each other, and they've all got this similar nature where they have no will to live. If they don't have their, you know, Doritos and Coca-Colas and their pornography, you got to consider the psychosomatic reactions when people don't have their social media, their Black Mirrors, their news, the appeal of the Trump administration. If Trump administration loses its appeal and popularity, you can't get all mad, because I think a lot of people are really happy right now because in their mind, or at least the way it seems, is that the Trump administration has this like massive popularity and influence. And if you are, you know, presented with the possibility that he's not nearly as popular as you think he is, and it becomes like very evident in reality, like it takes over, that can make people really depressed also. So psychosomatic reactions are physical reactions to emotional things. It's like when you catch your boyfriend cheating on you, you gotta like go and throw up. It's a psychosomatic reaction. It's like stress giving you a fever. You get a fever, you get a flu. It's a psychosomatic reaction. These are physical reactions to emotional things. So if you take the children away from the pedos, the psychosomatic reaction, either they're now forced to repent self-reflect, get redeemed, or they'll just go nuts, right? You just do weirder and worse stuff. Start burning themselves with lit cigarettes and shit. Who knows what? People all of a sudden, they don't have all their junk food, and they don't want the healthy food. They're gonna get really angry, like really agitated. I mean, think about all the dopamine and serotonin people get from food. You got the spirit of gluttony, which is Beelzebub, the demon of gluttony, that's taken over people a lot if they don't have this access to all this stuff. It can make people pretty agitated, and when people get pretty agitated, immune system is low. Introduce a new plague. Not saying I know anything about a new plague, but this is a hypothetical. Introduce plague, bam, you've just wiped out a major portion of the population in a short amount of time. If this all happens at once, like if we had like a major virus again or whatever, I don't know how major that one was, because the next one could be nastier. And people are already pissed off, right? Because their Trumpy isn't Mr. Cool. They're already pissed off. Their accounts are getting hacked, right? They're taking all the money out of the pedophiles' accounts and they're putting it into my bank account and your bank account. Hey, it could happen. I say, require everyone to open an OnlyFans account, to view an OnlyFans account, to view any pornography, photo ID, every single time you sign in, facial recognition. They do it for stuff like DoorDash. You want to drive for Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, get a little job through an app. They do it super easy and super fast through that. They could implement it for all your pornography, right? Then they got you in a nice little database, start hacking your shit, taking money out of your account, putting it into mine and yours. Sounds really doom and gloom, but it's not. It's just, you can't join any kind of cult. You can't be in a Christian cult, because those people are turning into, well, I guess they've always been assholes, but I didn't really realize it. A lot of Christian cults. But, they're getting, really funny. I watched The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, and she got intercepted by an abusive family, by a super Christian family. And then, it was all good in the beginning, but turns out, they were very corrupt. And they're these I don't want to say they're satanic. I don't know, because I sort of think the Zuckerberg, looked like I was about to get pulled over. Bright light, this truck pulled over. I would say the Zuckerberg, Trump, and Elons of the world are more like the satanic Christians. But there's another Christian that's say Jesus is Lord, say it, or you're the devil. So these people they intercepted Natalia from an abusive family, and so it was better. But then they got abusive naturally, and then this other family, who was a good balance, intercepted her again into a new family, and they all had dwarfism like her. The thing is, she has dwarfism. She's a 37-pound adult, with needing major surgeries. This is why her mother gave her up for adoption in the first. So she said she ignorantly listened to the doctor and then put her in foster care, and the worst thing happened to her. But her testimony is so powerful, and her story is so powerful. So these the corrupt Christian family, they were trying to say that she doesn't need, because they're trying to get this money that they stole from her, or they were hoarding from her, because they were letting her Social Security or whatever going into their bank account while she was living with them, but she was no longer living with them, and she needs this money for surgery. So they were trying to get the money back from these ultra Christian people, and they were she doesn't need surgery, she just needs God. This woman has severe dwarfism, and the type of dwarfism that she has, there is there's a list of surgeries that they all need. And the family that intercepted her, like, they all had the same type of dwarfism. They had all the same surgeries. And the woman, Natalia, lives with pain without these surgeries. And these Christians were like, you know, you were in sin, and that's why you needed surgery, because you were living in sin. That devil's a liar. And, like, it's so crazy. You know, like, fine-tuning. The problem is when people get together and they clot, you know, bad things start happening. Just listen to George Carlin, what he said about it. People are beautiful on their own. Put even two of them together and they change. You're around your husband, you're around your wife, you change. And then you get 2, 3, 4, 1,500, 10,000. He's like, then they start putting on the same armband and wearing the same cap. And they got a list of the same people they all hate. It's like, and that's when shit gets crazy. So I feel like the Trump admin, they're like a different type of human. They're very robotic, very matrixy. It's almost like maybe they're reflecting. It's like they're steering the consciousness in a better direction, but they're also like probably reflecting the consciousness is the way it is, and then like stirring the pot. You know, this one woman, she's like, kill all pedophiles. RFK. Starve everyone. No food. Zuckerberg. Persecute the gays. This is how people view this information. And then they get sick. If they don't get their wits about them, it makes them sick. I say cyber hacking. World War III, very AI cyber hacking. So yeah. What are you doing? Just got back from hot yoga. On the car ride home, drinking coconut water and doing this because I wanted to add on, or I forgot to say something in my last video that I did. And I feel like there's something else I forgot. It's on the tip of my brain, and then I just went into like clown mode. Because I deem clown mode to be important a little bit to y'all. Entertainment factor a little bit important to y'all. And then I like completely lost what I was gonna say. Did I lose it, or is it there? Get back to me. Well, I guess that's it for now. All right, check you later. Have a beautiful night.